Hello and welcome to Nintendo Pals Podcast episode 44. Tonight, we kill the Switch Pro rumors once and for all. Then we talk about news and updates on upcoming Switch games and Nintendo releases. And we cap it all off by ranking all the Zeldas. That and more. Wowzers. I came in flying hot with that intro music. That was real loud. Sorry, everybody. I'm just going to leave that in, so everybody listening to this in post is also going to get all this lovely dialogue. Oh, well, I am joined tonight, as I am joined each and every Friday evening by my co-host, Micah.
Yup.
And I am Andros, and we are the Nintendo Pals. We do not have a guest tonight. It's been a while since it's been a Just Me and Micah episode. So expect great things from this show. How are things going for you, man? How's life?
It's pretty good. Can't complain too much.
I'm digging that you've got the green screen set up there, but like
It's
at an
back
angle,
there somewhere.
It's at an angle and like only partially covers the room.
Yeah, it was set up for when we did Sky, Children of the Light, behind my 40-year-old gaming chair. And I was too lazy to move it back.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I also noticed that so you actually had clothes on that rack, and those clothes are still there in the background.
Yep, just piled up on that couch.
Nothing
Don't
moves.
really have anywhere else to put them.
Oh man, we have a good time here in Micah in the jam room for recording, and me in front of my green screen here. Anyways, we've introduced ourselves. I want to start off this episode by letting people know that we have a Twitch. Did you know that, Micah? Did you know we have a Twitch? Our Twitch channel is Nintendo_Pals on Twitch, and we are attempting to speed run our way up to 100 followers. 100 followers. So, if you are listening...
Andros has agreed to shave his head if we get it by the end of next week.
Absolutely not. I have not agreed to that.
It's too late. It's on the podcast.
But if you do want to sub, I did agree to, if we hit 64 subscribers on Twitch, I would shave my head. And I am going to give a time limit to that. That probably, I don't know what time that will end. Maybe when we hit 63 subscribers, I'll be like, all right, the time's up.
It's not time-based, it's subscriber number-based.
No, guys, I think I got to commit to doing it if it happens within the summer, maybe. So end of August.
Like,
I don't
end
know.
of next summer?
End of next summer. Mike is like end of next decade. But so all jokes and everything aside, we really would like to get more followers over on Twitch. If you don't have a Twitch, it's really easy to set up. It's totally free. Following is free. Oh, and that little noise that just went off means we just got a follower. Thank you for that. Whoever sent that our way, because I don't have the overlay on for the podcast. I also, yeah, anyway, so I'm like, so scatterbrained here. Twitch, check us out, Nintendo_Pals, streaming our podcast every Friday night here at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 5 p.m. Pacific. And you can do any calculations in your head if you live in a different time zone. I'm sorry, I could barely do for Micah.
Yeah, or if you're me, you'd have to do those calculations by looking them up online.
Yes, yep. We do the podcast every Friday, and we do random game streams. I don't have a schedule for that at the moment, but we're gonna try and get more scheduled with that so people can tune in a little easier. So just follow and lie in wait as we come. Speaking of as we come, let's head into the first segment of our show, which is Whatcha Playin. What you playing? What you playing? I remembered what segment comes first in our show for the first
Yeah,
time.
I feel it's the first time in like a month we've
For
done
those
this
on the
right.
video, you can see Micah's face as he like was waiting for me to mess that up. Micah, why don't you start us off? What have you been playing lately?
Well, not too much. I played a single match of Rocket League, but it was actually a really close game with like 2 minutes of overtime almost, I think, and we ended up winning. So it's the perfect one match to play.
Nice.
And then mostly trying to finish off that Doom Eternal, which I think I'm getting pretty close.
Are you
And of
doing
course, I was.
Are you doing the DLC as well? Is that?
No, I do not have the DLC because it is not part of Game Pass.
Ooh, unfortunate. Did you buy the pack that gives you the unicorn costume?
I did not, but it was kind of tempting.
That's
I mean,
pretty
if it
awesome.
anything would, it would be that.
Yes.
And then I almost forgot Sky Children of the Light, which we streamed. Played that,
Yeah.
which, as far as free games goes, pretty good.
Yeah, man. That was a good time. It took us a while to figure out how
Yeah,
to
it
get the
only took us like
multiplayer
an hour.
working. Uh, yeah. Mugglemoo, who was in chat, discovered a dungeon that you actually play through, and there are puzzles. Very Zelda-like. So we may have to jump back in there. I know Micah
Yeah,
was
that sounds
like,
pretty cool.
by the end, Micah was like, I have so many other games to play. This one isn't really cutting into that list at the moment. It's like it's really good, but I think I think we both were like, it's mechanically not a ton going on.
Yeah, the camera gets a little wonky at times, but
But I think that dungeon would pull us in. It was in the first area as well, which I don't know how we didn't find it. I feel like we explored all
yeah,
the
well,
areas
we
pretty
might were
thoroughly.
we speedrunning that a little bit so we could get to the multiplayer, or
That's true. Yeah, but I thought we went back. Anyways, so Sky Children of the Light. I guess do you have anything else you want to highlight that you've been playing?
no, I think that's just about it.
Well, that
Didn't
transitions
even
well.
didn't even play Fortnite once.
Wow, Sky took over Fortnite. um,
Or playing it once.
that transitions well to me because I also played Sky Children of the Light, and I gotta say, game is gorgeous, gorgeous. Totally worth the download just to experience, even if you only play it the one time, just to experience the very artistic world that they have created with that game. The soundtrack, the sky vistas, flying through the clouds. It's like it's very very pretty. I kept saying to myself like this game would be so cool in VR. Like, could you imagine like 360? Oh man,
Yeah,
yeah.
360, getting very, very motion sick, flying through the clouds.
Yeah, that part. But if you didn't get motion sick, man, it would be so cool.
Well, then it would be awesome.
It's just very very cool atmosphere and totally worth it. It's free, so go download it.
Yeah.
Totally worth it. Um, I also, speaking of free, tried the free trial of Fuser. That is free for Nintendo Switch Online members to download and play the full game. Like, it's not a demo; the full game can be played starting today and going till July 5th. So when this podcast releases on Monday, you might have a chance to download it and try it out. But I have got to say, I really enjoyed it. It's by the company behind Rock Band, Guitar Hero. It's all Harmonix. But it is not. It is a rhythm-based game, but it is not like those other games where it's like a score-based rhythm game. Like, it's very hard to describe, but you are a DJ and you get to mix music tracks together. It works surprisingly well. You pick from 4 different categories in a song. So you'll have all these songs up on your top bar, and then you can pick, I want drums from this, I want bass from this, I want the instruments from this, and the vocals from this. And you can mix and mash all sorts of songs together and then switch those out. So they're like discs that go on for each of those parts and pieces. Uh, Everything blends together really nicely and really well. I thought it was a lot of fun. The
Sounds like a game I'll be really terrible at.
the campaign mode, I tried a couple levels in that, and it helps teach you the mechanics pretty nicely on timing, but you don't have to do that in order to have fun with the game. If you just go into free play mode, it just lets you kind of mix stuff up. And that's what I did a long session of free play where I just kind of mixed songs together. Had a blast doing that. It's something I might stream if there's time this weekend, because I thought it looks like it would be very fun. However, it is something that would easily get like demonetized. Well, you're not supposed to monetize it. There's like a guide on how to stream it. Anyways, that's Fuser. Definitely check it out. I think it's worth trying if you're a fan of music. It's got some oldie stuff as well as quite a bit of like new pop. So like some good like 80s rock, but most of it's like modern 2000s pop. Yeah. So that's Fuser. Super fun. Micah's gonna download it. We're gonna try out the multiplayer. We'll see.
Got it,
We'll
got
see
it
how
downloading
goes.
now.
What else did I play? Today I pulled out Mario Kart Live. My son really wanted to play it, so pulled it out and tried out the new DLC, which we'll talk a little bit about in the Nintendo news. Yeah, that's fun. And I also played some more Breath of the Wild. I am doing a bow and arrow only challenge, so I can only use bows and arrows. So far, so good. I've left the plateau. I have only died once. And yeah, it's going well. It's much easier than the speed run I was attempting to do before. Let's see, what else have I played? I feel like there was something else I like definitely want. I've got to pull out the Switch to remember. Oh my gosh, Mario Golf.
And don't
That's what I
forget
was.
the card game.
That's what that's what I was forgetting. Mario Golf. Mario Golf Super Rush. I am having a blast playing through the single player on that, and the multiplayer on that is so fun. The single player campaign has quite a bit to it that I was pretty surprised how much there was. Like how many, like there's different golf club items that you get that do different things, boss fights. I feel like I've been playing it for I'm not playing it a ton, but I've been playing it for a while, and I don't feel like I'm very far in the campaign. So yep. Car game Muggle Moo reminded me of. Yes, I did a first look for the Nintendo Dad's YouTube channel on Crash Drive 3, and I actually had a good time with that one. It's I say that because on the surface, it's kind of a janky looking race car game where you do tricks. It's very much like a Tony Hawk skater game, but with a car. And you're just doing insane flips and jumps and tricks. I had a lot of fun with it. It reminded me very much of car games from like the N64 era.
Yeah. And Rocket League already proved that you can take kind of mundane things and add cars, and it makes them a lot better.
Yeah.
No offense to all you soccer fans.
Yes. And then I can't remember if this was between the last podcast, but I did do the Mario Coinless Run Challenge where I played through all the Mario games. So that was fun. So I played a
Tried
lot.
to play through.
Tried to play through. I didn't beat a single one. Yes, sadly. I might have to attempt that specific run again. And then I played a little bit of Clubhouse 51 games as well. I want to shout that out because I haven't talked about it, but I have consistently jumped on and played a couple games online here and there. So definitely one I'm glad I got. So yeah, played a bunch.
Have you played that 6-ball puzzle again?
Yeah, I've done that online a couple times. The problem with that one is skill level wise. If you're playing online, you'll either play against someone who has absolutely no idea what they're doing, or you'll play against someone who has
all the idea of what they're
doing. So there's not really an in between, which is where I am. So I either just destroy the person or I just get destroyed. It's not like ever a close game.
That's unfortunate. I think I'm still a little burned out after trying to beat the computer on the hardest setting.
Yeah. Well, you don't even have the game, so no worries there. Yeah, so that's what we have been playing lately. Games, we're getting pumped. There's a lot of games coming out that are on both Micah and I's radar. One of those being Spelunky 2, which should come soon. It's supposed to come in the summer. Also, well, hey, this is a good transition. Let's move over to the Nintendo news. Alrighty. So, free-to-play MOBA Pokemon Unite launches this month. It says July. It's July. There's no exact date. It just says, hey, it's coming in July.
It's kind of weird. It's even if it's at the end of the July, it's not that far away, and they still haven't told us exactly when.
I am looking forward to this game. It's free to play, so I'm definitely going to download it, right? But no, there is no but. I'm excited. I'm excited to play it. This is like I like MOBAs. I have not ever played League of Legends, the MOBA, but I did play Heroes of the Storm, and I've played. There was like a mobile one. Is it Valorant? Is that a MOBA? I can't remember. That I tried out. Mostly it was Heroes of the Storm, and I really like the formula. I think it's fun, but I just don't particularly care for the IPs that have been used. So throwing Pokemon into that formula will probably get me into it. We'll see. I think this will be one we enjoy playing multiplayer. You looking forward to this, Micah?
Oh yeah, I've almost been tempted to get back into a League of Legends recently.
Well, don't, because Pokemon
seems like too much effort.
I'm mostly excited that we're gonna have like a good MOBA on Switch, because that's like good. The primary platform for it. It's gonna go to mobile soon after, but Pokemon does games. I don't know. I didn't want to say like, oh, they've done really good stuff, but they support their games well enough. Like, it's not going to be a broken game, you know? Yeah. Moving on to other things coming out soon. Skyward Sword HD. Woo! A recent trailer was dropped with detailing the quality of life improvements for Skyward Sword. And those include optional foe fum. The helper character in the game, who many people complained about being a little over the top with the assistants popping up and going, hey, do this. Hey, do this. It's like, Navi, the hey, listen, but like a lot more. and remembered a lot less fondly than Navi, right? So they've made that optional from the looks of it. They didn't like super dive in, but they just said optional support from Fi. Along with that, they said we're getting better frame rate, which makes sense. It did look like I think that's been a known. We were getting it at, is it 60 frames?
I think I heard 60. I didn't realize it had kind of frame rate problems. back in the day, though.
Well,
So
I mean, it was a Wii game, so I
probably
imagine.
around 30.
Yeah, I imagine it wasn't super high frame rate. Also added in fast forward in dialogue. That's really nice.
Oh yeah.
S- Skippable cutscenes. Also something really nice, especially if you've played the game before. And
If you keep dying on a boss with a
and
cutscene.
another big one is streamlined item info, and they showed this off in great detail in the trailer. So Link discovered a stamina fruit and held it up. Stamina fruit was like, yay, and it shows the little box that's like, you discovered this. Then went, saved the game, exited the game, and then went back in and went back to the stamina fruit, picked it up, and it just went straight into the inventory. And you think like, oh, okay, well, what's the big deal? Okay, no, it never
It's a
did that
big deal.
before. Yeah, in Skyward Sword on the Wii, every time you saved the game, when you came back, you would have to rediscover every item, single rupee, that pops back up again. So it gets really, really annoying. I do remember that being annoying, more so than I remember Fi being annoying.
Yeah.
in my memory. So those were the two big. So Fi and the item management. Uh, all of these were like the big complaints why people didn't like the game. Along with motion controls, which they've already shared has been taken care of with button the button controls using the joystick. So I think this solves all the problems that this game had, and I think this is like for sure the definitive version of this game. Yeah. What are your thoughts, Micah? Any of those exciting to you?
Uh, Not too exciting because I'm not really planning on picking it up, but they're all good quality of life updates.
Yeah. Is there anything else you can think of? I can't think of any other complaints people had. So I think this kind of is just like a we did everything that everybody wanted, you know?
Yeah, I think the only other complaint I can really think of is some people thought the flying around was kind of boring because it's just like an empty space.
I thought that. I thought the overworld was weak by comparison to other Zelda games. But it's not horrible. And now
Yeah,
people will
it's
be
pretty
really
much the same complaints about Wind Waker. It's going around the ocean.
yeah. LPD in chat says dowsing was meh. Yeah, that wasn't the most fun, but that would probably be a lot easier with button controls. Not that it will be more fun, but that it will be easier. So there you go. We already talked about this, but just to highlight again, Fuser is free to play for NSO members till July 5th. So hop on over and download that. Try that game out, especially if you like music, like DJing. Yeah. And we also hit on this a little bit earlier. Free update was given to Mario Kart Live. Includes a new Grand Prix Cup, new courses, new obstacles, and a new car. A Yoshi car.
Oh, you gonna get it?
Yeah, you have to go
I
through the
guess.
Grand. So you have to go through the Grand Prix and get in third place or higher. So I haven't done it yet. Uh, here's the problem. Here's the problem with Mario Kart Live. Toddlers and Mario Kart Live do not mix. It's made of cardboard, and I don't know what it is about those cardboard fences, but my kiddos just love to knock them down. So my oldest does good with it. He was the one that really wanted to play. But that other kid knocked it down a bunch. And I was like, man, it's just not possible to keep the track up when you have young kids. I feel like they shouldn't have made those out of cardboard. They're like so susceptible to getting ruined. Especially when you're playing with an RC car that rough and tumble crashes into it. But I don't know what they would have done alternatively. I don't know.
Yeah, without raising the price.
Yeah, plastic's expensive. Cardboard cheap. So yeah, there's that. Where I thought this was kind of out of nowhere. I don't know what your thoughts were on
Yeah,
seeing that this.
I don't have Mario Kart Live, but it seems like a fairly hefty update.
It's not super hefty, no. But the fact that it got updated at all surprised me. Like, why? I just never would have thought that that game would get DLC.
Yeah, I wonder if there are going to be any new sales because of the DLC, if that's what they're trying to go for. Or,
Maybe. We're gonna get some new cars.
I mean,
That
that,
would be
that
cool.
Yoshi car does sound pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I meant like new racers. You could get like
Oh,
a
yeah.
Peach, a Toad, a Yoshi. Those would all be really cool. Um, so I hope I didn't sound too complaining when I said like why. I'm always down for free update DLC by Nintendo. In fact, I was a little disappointed to see that a lot of the comments on that specific announcement were like, "Where's Mario Kart 9? And why would you update this? Nobody wants this." That's not true. I wanted it. Like, it's cool. I like it. I like it. It's just it is out of left field. Not something I would think would get DLC. Um, yeah, I'm sure some people out there are super pumped. This they're like, oh yeah, I've been playing Mario Kart Live every day since day one. I'm finally getting some DLC. For the complaints on where's Mario Kart 9,
Do we even need Mario Kart 9?
well, okay, so I saw multiple. I saw, why don't we get updates to Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? And why do we not get Mario Kart 9? Okay, we're going
Because
to
that's more
get
difficult.
we're going to get Mario Kart 9. Complaining about it on this other spin-off game isn't going to get it sooner. It's like I just don't understand that mentality. We're going to get Mario Kart 9, right? Like that's like one of Nintendo's cash cow series. Maybe it won't come on Switch, maybe it'll be on the next system. And that's okay. It's going to be great when it comes. Um, or it's going to disappoint you because you've hyped your expectations up so high for it.
Yeah, probably a little bit of that for a
Maybe
lot of
maybe a
people.
little both. Maybe a little both. Maybe a little hype. Maybe a little disappointment. Speaking of little hype and a little disappointment. Whoa! We just got a Prime subscriber. We just got a Prime
Oh,
subscriber.
nice.
Thank you, Shoggoth Hunter.
Oh yeah, sounds like a
Who's
weirdo.
who's that guy? That's our good buddy Link. Um,
Because before anyone thinks we're terrible people, yes, we actually do know them and are joking.
yeah, no, he's awesome. Great guy. So speaking of hype and maybe disappointment, Sakurai Presents happened. And we got a deeper look into Kazuya and his move set, which was pretty complicated. Did you watch this presentation, Micah? I don't know if you got a
I
chance.
did not. All I had seen so far is kind of just like I don't know what to call it, a picture essentially listing all of his moves and things, and
Yeah,
there's some nice combos in there that I don't think I will ever be pulling off.
yeah, they made him very much like a fighting game character and very not much like a Smash Bros character. I mean, he can
Pretty much
still,
like Ryu,
yeah, he
Ken,
he.
Terry.
It seems like that would be really awesome for one-on-one matches, but in a free-for-all four-player match, or gosh, how many?
Free for all. You can get
Yeah,
up to eight.
three,
Is it?
three, 3 to 8 players. Uh, like, how would you execute those combos? Like, I don't see that happening. You would just be getting beat up too much from all sides.
Yeah, you have to be real good with him.
Yeah.
Make it just like muscle memory.
Yes. But speaking of real good with him, the level 9 computer for computer AI for Kazuya is apparently super good. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah, professional players are struggling to beat him.
I mean, they could probably pull off. He probably pulls off his really difficult combos with ease.
Yeah. Yep. So there's that. His stage is pretty cool. It's a dojo with that starts completely enclosed, and it has destructible walls and ceiling. So you punch and you like punch people through it, and it breaks the wall. That's pretty rad. I think that's a cool
Yeah.
idea for a stage. Uh, yeah. So there's let's see, alt costumes. He wears this like robe suit from which is from one of the Tekken games, which I think is pretty classy. He has a gold one, also has a black one.
Yeah, the gold one is a very interesting look.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Don't, don't ever say I liked it.
I show up in a gold suit. Um, so you can have that, or you can have shirtless, muscly fighter guy. You know, so to me, he looks just so stereotypical, like what I picture from a fighting game character in his regular costume. Um, I am absolutely sure that there are Tekken fans out there that are just so loving this character. This isn't one I'm interested in picking up, but I think it's cool. I think it's cool. Uh, and I gotta say, I have no idea what they're gonna do for the last one.
Now I just need a Talim from Soul Calibur.
Yeah, there we go. Soul Calibur rep. It would be interesting. They seem to be putting focus on fighting games, so we'll see. Uh, in this Sakurai Presents, we also got some new Mii Fighter costumes, and this is where I'm talking maybe hype, maybe disappoint for people, because usually the Mii Fighter coming in, people take that as a
Crushes
well,
dreams sometimes.
this character's not getting in. But I gotta say that all of these Mii costumes are sick, so cool. This was like usually it's a bunch of side characters from the game that they announced, maybe with maybe with one like super hype Mii fighter, and then some other like okay, these are okay. All of these are really cool. So let's go through these. Lloyd from Tales of Symphonia. I have not played any of these Tales games, but he was one that was a top pick to come into the game. So it's cool that he's getting in as a costume. Dragonborn, or Dovahkiin from Skyrim. I almost started singing. Dovahkiin, Dovahkiin, da da dum dum da dum. I was really disappointed that the music wasn't added. I'll say that.
Yeah.
They played the music when they showed him. I was like, no way! We're gonna have the Dragonborn song, Skyrim's theme song. No, we're not. So that was cool. I am a fan of Skyrim, I'd say. So that was cool to see them get repped in some way. And then we get Dante from Devil May Cry. And I know this one was probably one that was a disappoint for a lot of people. I know Dante was a big pick. But the Mii costume for it's cool. Right?
Yeah.
And
nice
then
consolation prize.
And then the last one is Shantae from Shantae. The series. Genie Hero, Pirate's Curse, among many games. She's got a bunch in her series. And I think this one probably looks the best out of all of them. It just looks like Shantae.
It just fits well.
Yeah, they have these Mii costumes that are essentially just the character. I'd say Sans, Cuphead, and now Shantae all fit that mold. They all just kind of just look exactly like the character would if they were in Smash Bros. So there you have it. That's the new Mii Fighter costumes, and that's 4 people off the list of potential last slot filling spot for the Smash Bros. DLC Fighter Pack 2. Yeah. What say ye, Micah? What's your thoughts on?
Well, I mean, since they didn't add in a Shrek costume, there's still hope.
Yes, I like that. He's coming in, the last fighter. What a troll move that would be. Yeah.
Oh man, I hope they do have a troll, just like a fake out character at first when releasing the last character. But they
Man.
just they go all in. It's like They show 15-minute video of some like really terrible character that nobody wants before finally announcing.
So in this presentation, Sakurai again reiterated that this next one was the last one, and there was not plans for any more DLC to come to the game. Like that was the end of the project. And he said it in a very like definitive way, like, "No, I'm not doing anymore, guys. Stop.
please let me
have
be
a
done."
break." Yeah. So that's a bummer, honestly. I kind of was hoping, we just keep going. Like, let's just keep throwing characters into this game. Let's just go crazy with it. Another 3 fighter passes, and we'll, because let's be real, I don't know what they're gonna do for the next Smash Bros. Game. How are they gonna top what they've got here? They can't. They've
Yeah, they've got to just make this one live forever.
They've painted themselves into a corner here. It's just too good. Ultimate. What do you do? Definitive? Next?
Ultimate
Super
Ultimate
Smash
Plus.
Bros. Definitive Ultimate Plus.
Yeah, it's like kind of what we talked about, how they can't, like, game series can't just add in everything that's been in the previous games.
Right.
Because eventually they reach a point where it's too much. This was like they already reached that point, but then they did it anyways, and now there's definitely no way the next game can have this and more.
Yep. And people are going to be disappointed by that, because your favorite character, X, is going to be cut. Like, Wii Fit Trainer's out. I'm sad. I'm very sad about that, but he's not keeping going, Like, they're not going to keep Wii Fit Trainer in.
Or they finally add Waluigi as the last character and then announce the new Smash Bros. Like a month later, and he's not in it.
Wow, you were on fire with these Smash jokes tonight, Mike.
Oh man.
Yes, that would suck. I would be real sad. So yeah, that's all we got today for the news. So let's move out of news and move into the rumor mill. And in today's rumor mill, it's time. Let's take our Smash Bros. Hammer and just give a giant whack on Switch Pro rumors forever.
As long as it's not one of them squeaky hammers.
So, Switch Pro. How about Switch No? Because Nintendo President Furukawa said in an interview that was translated by comicbook.com, it says, "We carry out Nintendo Direct to convey information on individual products to our customers at the right time. We will continue to stick to Nintendo's unique play proposals, and in order to accomplish that, we will continue to propose play with game machines integrated with software. And we would like to grow the company. To that end, we are constantly developing hardware, software, dedicated peripherals, etc. We will refrain from commenting on products that are currently under development." This is
currently under development, so it could still be coming.
But this is basically saying, don't listen to the rumors, because you don't know. Like, he could be talking about the next system, right? Like not Switch Pro. They're working on the next thing. And let me state this. Bloomberg originally reported that the Switch Pro would be entering production in June. And let's just take a moment here to say, Bloomberg, you were wrong. You were wrong, and I hope that you get some flack for it, just a little bit.
Well, I mean, they might just be using their secret underground facilities
to do the production. Well,
yeah,
they might not be wrong. Maybe whatever this is entering production in June. But Bloomberg blew up this rumor pre E3, and they were even the ones that were like, it might come out before. and the announcement might come out before E3, and I'm just like, you guys, you need to stop. Get out of the Nintendo Switch Pro rumor world because it was so overhyped. It's so overhyped and so like overplayed. I don't know. I don't know. That's my thoughts. I'm not gonna be trusting any of those.
Yeah, it just seemed like there were too many people that were too confident in the rumors.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's it. We're never going to talk about Switch Pro again. That's probably not true because like
until the next rumor comes out in like 2 weeks.
Immediately after reading through that article were like 30 more articles about Switch Pro now coming in 2022. It's like, shut up. Okay, maybe that's a little harsh. Be quiet. I don't want to hear about Switch Pro rumors anymore. You know what? 2022, I don't care. I don't care. I don't think you know. I don't think anybody knows. So just stop. Just stop. Speaking of, I don't think anybody knows. There is a leaker that thinks he knows. This is a bad transition. Leaker Zippo said that he was really surprised to not see Donkey Kong at E3, but has doubled down that it is still coming and that it's going to be getting some big support from Nintendo. He even mentioned that he thinks that his sources tell him there's going to be animation happening. Not sure. He said not sure if it's movie or TV show. Another Donkey Kong TV show. Oh man, I'm looking forward to that.
Dreams do come true.
Theme park expansion, which has been leaked and teased by Nintendo. Well, like it's been teased by Nintendo themselves. At the theme park, there's a big door with jungly stuff. And in the theme park app, there have been Donkey Kong things found by data miners. So that one's probably got some credibility to it. But the leaks, the rumor for this new Donkey Kong game is that it's been in development for a long time and is supposed to be a fresh launch for the series, and that Nintendo wants to make it a bigger series. They want it to be a bigger IP. So that's exciting stuff. But I hesitate because, to be honest, I haven't been crazy about Donkey Kong games. I haven't been crazy about it. I liked Donkey Kong Country on the Super Nintendo, but then the series just kept going and going and going.
Didn't seem to innovate enough.
Yes. Donkey Kong 64, I actually had a good time playing that one on the N64. But people kind of panned that one as being a bad 3D platformer. And then people really like the new Donkey Kong Returns and Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze. I couldn't get into them. I just don't know if I want Donkey Kong to stay in 2D. You know? I think I'm ready for Donkey Kong to have a true 3D game.
That's what I'm hoping with when they're talking about a fresh launch.
Yeah.
I want some, even maybe a new genre than platformer.
Let's bring back the conga, the drums, the drum controller. There we go.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't. I just want them to be good. That's what I want. So yeah, hopefully this means good things for Donkey Kong, and hopefully we'll see it in a direct later this year. Because Zippo was surprised it wasn't there. So
might just be one of their 2022s that they didn't mention at E3.
Yeah. That's true. That's all we got as far as rumors go. So let's move to the last segment of our show, which is the Community Corner. And in today's Community Corner, Micah and I are taking every Zelda game and ranking every Zelda game together. We're going to work together to make a definitive Nintendo Pals ranked list of Zelda games. So let's go through these. Let me list them out chronologically first. Actually, Micah, you give us the list. You give us the list.
Okay, let me see.
We have
The
these
Legend of-
ordered. We have these ordered by, I think, console first, and then handheld, and in chronological order.
Yeah, release date chronological order. The Legend of Zelda, Legend of Zelda 2, Adventure of Link, Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword, and Breath of the Wild. Guess you can kind of count Link's Awakening.
Yeah, it's kind of on both.
Consoles. Yeah. And then for the handhelds, Oracle of Seasons/Ages.
You can hear that like loud
Yeah, that weird
squeaking.
water noise. Yeah. Yes, it's through a wall. I'll read that one again. Oracle of Ages/Seasons, Minish Cap, Four Swords, Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks, Link Between Worlds, Triforce Heroes, and Andrew really wanted to add this one, Link's Crossbow Training.
Link's crossbow training. Yes.
Looking at this, there are a lot more like Zelda games than I realized.
Link's crossbow training is great. Also, we got to give an honorable mention to what is it called in Nintendo Land? The Nintendo Land
idea.
Zelda game.
Which I tried to get added to this list because it's pretty much the best Zelda game.
Would you have put it on top?
Oh, above any Zelda game for sure.
Nice. All right. So Micah, let's I don't know how do you want to do this? Because I have no idea how we'll like actually make this list.
Maybe
we
we
didn't talk about this beforehand.
Yeah, we don't really put them in order. We just give them a out of 10 as we go through.
An out of 10.
A 1 out of 10. Or 2 out of 10.
Like how good
A
they are.
score. Yeah.
Okay, and then we can
And that could
sort them.
essentially be used to order, like sort it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we can match ones that we. Then
Yeah,
we
I'm
can,
planning
okay.
on tying a lot of them.
Okay. So let's go with the original Legend of Zelda. What score do you give that?
Well, I'm pretty sure I've only played this for like 10 minutes.
Oh, I
And I
accidentally
wasn't.
hit a number button. My bad. All right. Okay, you've only played this for 10 minutes.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago, and I was not that big of a fan.
Oh man. Okay. So where do you rank it?
I feel like I don't know. I haven't really played enough to give it a fair ranking. So 5 sounds good to me.
Okay. I'm gonna put this up higher for me. I'd say I'd give it a 7. Like a C. It's a standard, a good start. Are you okay to move up to a 7, or should we meet in the middle?
Oh
Of
yeah,
6?
I guess I was kind of thinking. No, yeah, 7. That's
Okay.
good.
Okay. So we'll put that one there. Legend of Zelda, the very first one, at a 7. It's kind of like a baseline. 2, the Adventures of Link. Hold on as I go down this list here so that I can give it. I keep forgetting that I can't push my numbers because I activate the sound effects. Okay. I am like losing my mind here. So I've played actually quite a bit of this one. Made it through the first dungeon, and that's enough for me to solidly put this low. Like, I know there are people that love this game, but as far as Zelda games go, I'm gonna easily say this is my least favorite.
Yeah, I actually haven't played this one, so I will defer to your judgment.
I might have to give this like a 3.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
It's yeah, it's hard to play. Not that it's like overly difficult. It's well, it is overly difficult. Uh, it's just I don't know. I think it's a really cool idea, and it's one I would love to see get a remaster with the idea. Um, a sequel to this game would be really cool. You know, like we're getting with Metroid Dread. Let's get a Zelda 3. That would be real interesting. It's just like that would
The game
confuse
you've all been waiting
so many
for.
people. Yeah. But it's cool that it has like the 2D sections mixed with the top-down overworld. But yeah, yeah, I'm giving it a low score. Giving it a low score. Okay, Link to the Past.
It was also a little before my time. My earliest console was a GameCube, so I missed out on a lot of these
This is one I think
classics.
we both need to play because I have played some of this, but not enough to like feel confident giving it a score. But we're gonna do it anyways because we're ranking all of these. So what score will you give it?
And I have heard a lot of good things about this one, so I feel like it's got to be at least an 8.
I'm good. Eight is where I was gonna put it as well. All right. So then, where to? Oh, Ocarina of Time.
I was thinking like a 6 or 5.
Try again. No, just kidding.
3 or 2?
Okay, so where are you honestly? Because you this is one that you got to a little late. So
Yeah,
I
I
want you
don't
to give
have
your answer before you
I don't
know
have
what I think about this one.
quite as much nostalgia for this, but it is a good one, and I'd probably give it a 9. It's probably a pretty high 9.
Okay, I want to give it a 10. I want it to be up there with the 10 contenders, and I will concede and let Wind Waker also go to 10. Which I
That's fair. I will accept.
Okay, so we're gonna agree to
It's
put
not,
Ocarina of Time and Wind Waker at 10
don't
right
know
off
how
the bat
ethical this list is, but
because we're negotiating.
we're trading yeah, trading favors for high scores on
Ocarina of
games.
Time and Wind Waker. Majora's Mask.
I feel like this is also one I've only briefly played.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Although I technically own it on the Wii, but I on the Virtual Console, maybe it was the Wii U. I can't remember, but I didn't have. You have to have the fancy like classic controller, which I do not have to play it.
Um, I haven't played this one either. We're such bad Zelda fans. We've only played like half the games. I've played a lot. I played some that probably a lot of people haven't played, but some of these big ones.
I
LPD
mean,
says 9 in
it's
chat.
probably
That's kind of where
probably
I was.
9. Yeah,
That's kind of where I was thinking of putting it as well. Honestly,
just under Ocarina of Time.
listen, if you were live here, so this is this is we're self-promoting here. Join our Twitch. If you're here with the chat, maybe you can influence these rank lists. Uh, that's where I was going to put it anyway, LPD. You didn't influence me too much. But thank you for your opinion. I don't know where I'm going with this. So Majora's Mask at a 9. Wind Waker, it already says 10. Twilight Princess.
I don't know if it's. I don't think it's quite into the 10 range.
Really?
I mean, it's pretty good, but I mean, it's not Wind Waker good.
Uh, I'll concede to that. I think it's better than Wind Waker, but that's because I played that one and haven't played Wind Waker.
Yeah, so have you even played Wind Waker?
No, I've been waiting for it to come to Switch, but I think at this point I'm just gonna buy it on my Wii U. It's $20.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like even if it comes out on Switch, it's not going to be worth paying 3 times as much.
To play with a Pro controller?
And the
I just
Switch,
want to have it on Switch, so I
the
have
Wii U
every
controller
Zelda
isn't that
game on
bad.
Switch. Dang it. Okay, so I can concede. Let's put Twilight Princess. Twilight Princess is one of my favorites. So let me give you my like. Well, no, I'll wait. I'll wait till the end. I'll not till the end. I'll wait till we're farther in the list. Okay, Twilight Princess. We might come back to this. Being at a 9. um,
You're gonna throw a low score on one of my other favorite games unless I agree to
what
put
other
into the
favorite
10.
ones do you have on here?
Well, none that I'm gonna tell you about now.
Yeah, nah, yeah. I'm not gonna let
Yeah,
you weasel
I
your
don't really
way.
remember this game. I don't think it's that good, but probably a 10. So
Skyward Sword.
I feel like I probably enjoyed this more than most people.
I think I'm
So
in this. I'm in the same boat. I enjoyed this one a lot, even though a lot of people say this is not that good of a Zelda game.
yeah,
I
so
I liked
I
it.
probably put like a little under Twilight Princess. I'd probably put it at an 8. It's
Okay,
more of an upper 8.
that is where I would put it as well. This is easy. See, besides the Ocarina of Time Wind Waker thing, I think we've agreed on most everything so far.
Yeah, besides the ones we like haven't played, and that one.
Besides the ones we haven't played. Well, the ones we haven't played, even those we've agreed where they fall in the ranking. All right, so there's just Breath of the Wild. What are you thinking, like a 2?
I mean, I don't know if it's even that good. It was
Can we put
pretty far away
negative?
from the great formula of Legend of Zelda.
Can we put a negative number? Um, this is a 10. So
Oh yeah,
I don't think we even need to talk about
I
it.
mean it is so different than all the other games. It's a 10.
I was on the Retro Logic podcast last year doing a Zelda top 10 list, which didn't include all the Zelda games. I think it was just mainline. And this one won, which I thought was hilarious, being on a retro show. The newest game won.
Yeah,
I fought
that's
hard.
not even to say that it. It's not even to say that it did everything perfectly, but it did a lot of things really good.
That's what the
Especially
sequel's
for their
for,
like,
man.
especially their first time with open world. Yeah, so that's why I'm extra excited
Yeah, yeah.
about the next.
Okay, so now we're moving out of mainline games and into handheld. Now, I feel like it's a little unfair to throw these up here against these titles because some of these are just not really comparable because they're so much smaller. But I don't care. We're
I
doing
mean,
it this way.
you got to rank them out of 10 for handheld games.
Okay.
Where like the 10 is essentially the best handheld, and
Well,
you
give
don't
me
compare it to Breath of the Wild.
so give me an example here with this first one. Where are you thinking you're gonna put Link's Awakening?
That is also one I have not played.
Oh, okay. I haven't played much. I've played some. I have the DX version for Game Boy Advance.
And this is another one that is highly rated. I mean, it's highly rated enough to get a remake.
7, a 6.
I was thinking more like a 7 or an 8.
So let's go with 7. It's like
Sounds good.
well, both of us are kind of in that range there. Link's Awakening, getting a 7. Okay. What's next here?
Oh, potentially the greatest Legend of Zelda game ever made.
Oh, okay.
Oracle
So
of Ages / Seasons.
I will just defer to you on this one. I think
Oh, this one's a 10 for sure.
you're putting this at a 10.
There's probably a lot of nostalgia biasing my scoring of this game.
Okay, well we'll put it up here. I guess.
But
Does it beat out Twilight Princess?
I mean, this is the game that I've played more than any other Zelda game. I've played through both versions, I'm pretty sure at least twice. I've probably beaten this game like 5 times.
Really? I need to try this now. Like I didn't realize you liked this one so much.
It's probably not nearly as good as I'm making it out to be.
So okay, so do you want to take that into account, or do you want to put it up at the tens?
Oh, I definitely want to put it in a 10.
Okay.
You can put it at like a 9.9.
Okay, so 9. It's on the 9 tier for now. Oracle. The Oracles. Minish Cap. I have not played this one at all. At least with Oracle of Ages and Seasons, I have played them a little bit, but not a ton.
I mean, I definitely. It's been so long since I played it. I remember liking it, thinking it was fun. It's probably one of my favorite handheld ones. I'll probably put it at 7 or 8.
All right, let's put it at 8. Sure. 7. I don't care. Either of those works for me because I haven't played it. I'm kind of deferring to you on this one again.
We'll go with an 8.
Okay. Are you typing that in, or am I typing that in? Your cursor is on it.
Man, my cursor is on there. Rookie mistake. I actually have to do stuff.
Okay. So what? 4 Swords.
And I feel like you gotta rate 4 Swords high just because of the multiplayer.
Yeah, I'd give this one a 7 or an 8.
Wow, only a 7 or an 8.
I really like it, but it's not a 9 or 10.
Well, I'm thinking an 8 then.
Okay, 8.
But this is pretty much like the only Zelda game with co-op.
Well, we got more on we got another one on the list, but I'm pretty sure that one's gonna go low. Okay.
I'll do whatever it takes to make sure it's low.
Phantom Hourglass. This has multiplayer. Actually, super fun multiplayer. Yeah, it's not the multiplayer story. It's a mini game that you can play with download play.
Oh man, I actually own this one somewhere. I don't think I've ever played the multiplayer.
Oh man, next time we're hanging out, we'll bust out the DSs and play
I forget where I put mine.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I can't remember because this one and Spirit Tracks both have a multiplayer that's very similar. One of them is like someone plays as the suits of armor, and they're trying to stop everybody from collecting Triforce bits. Shoggoth Hunter says, I played it on a long school trip once. Pretty fun. I thought Phantom Hourglass was pretty fun as well. Would I put it up there with 8, 9, 10? I'd say it's a solid 7, maybe a 6.
I would go 7 then. I mean,
Okay.
I feel like you can't really try and compare it to 10 for handhelds being Breath of the Wild.
It's not a 10 even in the handheld standards.
Yeah.
It's very much like a side game to Wind Waker. So, okay, so we'll put that one at the 7 level. So once these are all like put together, we're just gonna kind of stack them at that point. We'll duke it out at per level.
Yeah.
How will we do that? Should we work from bottom to the top?
Yeah, save the best for last.
Okay, yeah, I like that. I like that plan. What am I doing here? Phantom Hourglass. Followed by Spirit Tracks, which is almost a direct sequel to Phantom Hourglass, and by extension a sequel to Wind Waker. So I would probably put Spirit Tracks above Phantom Hourglass, but I don't know. Have you played both of these?
I have, and
would you do the same?
Probably. I kind of like the tracks parts. Just they're different than other Zelda games.
I felt like they were kind of restrictive. The train tracks by comparison to Phantom Hourglass's boat system, which was just free roaming in a boat. Or was it? Am I misremembering?
I don't. To be honest, I don't even remember a boat in Phantom Hourglass.
Yeah, you travel from islands like in Wind Waker on a boat, Captain Linebeck's ship, and you drive around. And it had a little bit more 3D movement, whereas Spirit Tracks, you're locked on the track. You do get to look around free, but
Yeah, but you gotta like plan out to make sure you don't crash against all the crazy trains.
yeah, and every
There are
other
balloons you could
aspect,
shoot down every once in a while.
of the game was better as far as Spirit Tracks goes, versus Phantom Hourglass. Neither was bad. So, what do you think? 8, maybe 9?
I don't know. I don't know if it's 9.
Okay, 8.
That's where Oracle of Ages and Seasons is.
Yeah, yeah. That's Spirit Tracks is at an 8. That's where we'll put that for now. Link Between Worlds. I haven't played this one. I need to play it. I think I would really like it. And it's
Was this one a 3DS?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I never ended up getting a 3DS, just a DS.
How can you be a Nintendo fan and not have got a 3DS?
Um,
For
it's
sure.
called being broke.
I'm a Nintendo fan and I am broke. I know that people love this game. It's very high. It's very held in very high regard. To the point where I think it has to be an 8 at minimum.
Yeah.
And it might be a 9.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, just based off the reviews and what I've heard of people saying it it.
Where are you thinking? 8 or 9?
Probably a 9.
Okay.
I think it's got to rate above Spirit Tracks.
Okay, so that's Link Between Worlds is at a 9. After we've done this list, I feel like I need to move Zelda 2 up to like 6 or 5. I rated it so harsh because I thought we would have other things down in those lower tiers, but we don't. What's next here? What's next? Oh,
I lost track.
Oh, Triforce
Heroes.
So I have not played this one either. I didn't play the 3DS
Wow, how
Zelda
can you even
games.
call yourself a Nintendo fan?
I know. How dare I?
You even had
But
a 3DS.
This one was forced multiplayer, and it was not done very good. It's kind of like the ugly younger sibling to Link Between Worlds. you're like, So I solidly say this should be a 6 based off of reviews and what I've seen. I didn't pick this one up because it was so poorly received. Yep.
Yeah, 6 sounds good to me.
Triforce Heroes is at a 6. And with that, I think I'm okay moving Zelda 2 up to a 6 as well. I put those as contenders with each other. Are you okay with that? Moving Zelda 2? Okay. And last, but certainly not least, Link's crossbow training.
That's debatable.
Where are you putting Link's crossbow training? Oh, you made a 2 and a 1. Are you putting it down there in the 1?
I did make a 2 and a 1 on this list because I figured, with one item left, we might need a 2 and a 1 for this game.
I actually really enjoyed this game to the point that I wanted a full game of the modes where you play third-person shooter Link with the crossbow. I was like, man, this would be so fun. I was really hoping for a game to come like that.
Yeah, to be honest, I remember nothing about this game, and I probably beat it, which means I'm probably not going to rank it too high.
Yeah. So, what do you think?
I don't know. I feel like it's, no offense to Zelda 2, but it's probably better than Zelda 2 in enjoyment for me.
Oh, really?
I also kind of want to rank it a 5.
100% no. I'm going to say it's a 6, and I'm going to say it's better than Zelda 2. Yep. Sorry, Zelda 2 fans. Link's crossbow training's fun.
Yeah, well, maybe a 6, then we got to move Zelda 2 down to a 5.
Yeah, I think crossbow training might be better than Triforce Heroes. I don't know. I feel like Triforce Heroes and Zelda 2 are the contenders for last place. That's my opinion, and Link's crossbow training takes third to last in this
Okay,
list of games.
we'll move
That's
Triforce Heroes down to 5 and
okay.
crossbow training
Okay,
solo.
so let's do this. Zelda 2 or Triforce Heroes, which is worse? Wait, how many games do we have here?
Should be 23, I think.
23?
Well, if you count Oracle of Ages and Seasons separate, I believe.
18 is what I have here.
What am I thinking? Maybe I saw some list that said 23, but it was probably counting it. Oh, it was counting Hyrule Warriors.
Okay.
Both of those and probably some other spin-off.
So, let me just recount this real quick. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I got 18 with 2 counts. So, 18th place in the ranking. Oh my gosh, I keep hitting the intro button. Start playing our intro music. Sorry, everybody. 18. This is like such an unprofessional show this time around. We just hang out here, okay?
I mean, this time around.
I'm gonna have to dock my pay for the day. 10%.
Oh boy.
10% off my paycheck.
Do I get the 10% that you docked?
Sure. Yeah.
Perfect.
18 on the list. Zelda 2 or Triforce Heroes?
I feel bad ranking a game I haven't even played as the bottom.
Well,
Right, I guess I've only played
to
a couple minutes, but
I think
I probably gotta go Zelda 2. I don't know. If that's the game I'm thinking of, I might even be thinking of a different Zelda game that I played a while ago. I just remember thinking, wow, this is terrible.
It's the 2D one. It's the only one where you play a 2D platformer, Link.
I don't think that's true. I think in Oracle of Ages and Seasons, they had some 2D parts.
Oh, they have some in other games, because I think they even have it in the original Zelda. But this one's like primarily everything is 2D platforming. And fighting. I'm okay putting Zelda 2 at the bottom. Let's do it. Okay, so Zelda 2 is ranked 18 on our list. 17 will then be Triforce Heroes, followed by, oh my goodness, this is getting confusing here, Micah. We're both editing this at the same time. Followed by,
some of us keep making typos.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to type with my number pad, so I'm not hitting my quick keys for music bits. Followed by, I'll just let you type these out since you're just going at it now. Oh, good call. Maybe a little too many 16s.
Lots of ties.
Followed by crossbow training at 16. There are going to be some fans of Zelda 2. I know we have some fans of Zelda 2 that listen to the show. I'm sorry, guys. But crossbow training.
Yeah, you'll have to tell us what you loved about Zelda 2, and maybe I'll give it another try at some point.
We'll have to revisit this list when Breath of the Wild 2 comes. And maybe
we'll have to try and play some of the games we haven't played that we ranked kind of low.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, crossbow training. So now we're at like a 3-way tie. We have The Legend of Zelda, we have Link's Awakening, and Phantom Hourglass.
I'd probably put Legend of Zelda the lowest.
I actually think Legend of Zelda is better than Phantom Hourglass. Yeah.
Well, I'll trust you on that since I haven't actually really played The Legend of Zelda.
It's basically like the first Breath of the Wild. It doesn't hold your hand at all, and just kind of drops you in, and it's like a standard for the series. I feel like it has to be a little higher up on the list.
The game that started it all.
Yeah. And started it all well. Okay, so let me just state here that none of these games in this list are bad games. Unless you ask Micah, Zelda 2 is bad for me, and for me, Triforce Heroes. And we didn't put the Zelda CDI games; those are in the dark realm, not on this list.
Yeah, not necessary.
Not necessary. Okay, so
14 Legend of Zelda then.
Yeah, so then Link's Awakening
Next week.
above that. I think that's a good ordering there. That's 13 for Link's Awakening. Okay. Now we're getting into like it's going to be really hard. Cuz we've got 4 games tied for 8. For an 8 rank. Out of all these games, I probably will say Spirit Tracks and Minish Cap are going to be on the low.
Yeah, I think I enjoyed Minish Cap more than Spirit Tracks.
Okay, so we'll put Spirit Tracks at 12 and Minish Cap at 11. So now we're entering the top 10. We're entering the top 10 Zelda games as determined by us here and now. Completely
determined by people that have only played half of the Zelda games.
Completely authoritative answers to these questions.
This list is going to be found 100 years in the future after like the apocalypse. We're going to be taken seriously.
Yeah. Which is better, A Link to the Past or Skyward Sword? This sucks because we played Skyward Sword and we both loved Skyward Sword, but Link to the Past we both haven't played, but we know people love.
Yeah, I mean the question
I need
is,
to play it. We have access to it through Switch's NSO. It hasn't like I have tried a couple times, but it hasn't grabbed me enough in the beginning. And maybe it's just because I've struggled to go back to 2D Zelda.
Actually, looking at the art for this game, I'm pretty sure I have played this. I remember nothing about it. I just want to clarify to everyone, my memory is really bad. It's really bad. I remember like nothing from like 3 years ago.
Yeah, I wish thought we were gonna have some recency bias with Breath of the Wild. Okay.
But, I mean, I definitely played this. And it was probably really good.
So, but is it as good as Skyward Sword to you? You have no memory of it, but you have memory of Skyward Sword.
That's because Skyward Sword came out more recently.
Yeah, but when did you play this? This was on the Super Nintendo. You had to have played this
Is it?
on the
It
Switch.
would have been a remake on, I think I had it at Game Boy or something. Am I crazy?
Yeah, we'll have
Maybe
to
Game
Google
Boy
that.
Advance?
We'll have to Google that. Man, if only Spider Shan was here. Spider Shan, if he was listening.
Platforms, Game Boy Advance. I must have played it on that then. So around 2002, like almost 20 years ago.
This is hard. I don't know. I don't know which of these would be better in my opinion.
Well, got to maybe appease the people and put it above Skyward Sword.
Yeah, I do think. Okay, I do think when we do revisit this list, Skyward Sword HD might put it above.
Yeah, with the quality of life improvements,
yeah,
I could definitely see that.
Yeah. Okay. Skyward Sword is our number 10, followed by A Link to the Past at number 9. Next, we have on our 9 tier, we ranked it as a 9 out of 10 in a Zelda game. We have Majora's Mask, Twilight Princess, Oracle of Ages and Seasons, and Link Between Worlds. I feel like I would put Link Between Worlds next. That's my
Yeah,
gut feeling, and it kind of just fits. It's coming right after Link to the Past, Link Between Worlds.
this one's a little more tough.
Majora's Mask, probably.
Okay, that's what I was thinking as well,
Okay.
but it's
All right.
also I haven't played it.
Hey, but
so.
you know what? We're getting to the point where it's like I don't care. Our opinion is this is the Nintendo Pal official list, so.
I thought since it's so similar to Ocarina of Time, I thought you might want it a little higher.
I know. I think once we play it, eventually we play it, we'll both really like it. But
Yeah, maybe I can get one of those like Wii classic controllers really cheap somewhere. Finally
don't you
play it on
have
the
it?
Wii.
Is it not on the GameCube disc? Do you not have that? I thought you had the promo disc that had Ocarina of Time,
No,
Four Swords,
I
Majora's Mask.
no, I got on the GameCube just Ocarina of Time and Ocarina of Time Master Quest,
Okay.
like the Master mode.
That promo disc just needs to be ported to Switch.
Yeah,
Just
I
put
would
all
love
those
that.
games. But I actually would really like the 3DS versions to be the ports, or for them to just do another HD remaster on them. Anyways, we're getting off topic here. So, Twilight Princess or Oracle? You have played both of these. I have not played enough Oracle to really say. I know you love Oracle games, so.
And they got that like secret boss in Oracle where you play through like both games and get
That's
the
pretty
fancy
neat.
link.
That's pretty neat.
I mean,
Yeah.
especially for the time, that was pretty cool.
So you for sure put this above Twilight Princess?
I mean, I think I would actually. Probably until I played through both of them again, but for now, I think my nostalgia is winning out.
I'm pretty nostalgic for Twilight Princess, but I'll concede Twilight Princess at a 6. Oracle of Ages and Seasons entering the top 5 with Oracle of Ages and Seasons. I think maybe when we get to this, we've gotten to this. Once we put these all out, we'll maybe see if there's some things we want to swap on these boundaries. Because like you put this at a very high 9. Like you could have put it at a 10. Ocarina of Time, Wind Waker, and Breath of the Wild. This is where we're gonna fight. I mean, this is
because I know you want to put Wind Waker next, right?
Wait, how did we get this far on the list? We're missing something, right? Because
yeah.
What are we missing?
Did you count Oracle of Ages and Seasons as separate?
I think so.
But no, yeah, I just get 17.
I still get 18. Where am I counting?
Wait,
double?
what?
Yeah. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10.
I got 17 again. Are you counting crossbow training as 2? I don't.
No, Legend of Zelda, Adventures of Link, Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword, Breath of the Wild, Link's Awakening. Okay, we're at 10. Oracle of Ages and Seasons, Minish Cap, Four Swords, Phantom Hourglass, Spirit Tracks, Link Between Worlds, Triforce Heroes, Link's Crossbow Training. I caught 18 again. We're missing something. We can't do this. What did we not?
Four Swords? Did we not? Oh, I see. Yeah, we have 18 in our original list, and we didn't even rank. I was looking at our top 10.
Oh, we
rankings,
forgot
but
to
I don't
put
think we put Four Swords.
I thought we put Four Swords at a 7.
You like even mentioned it, but then I don't think either of us typed it up.
Okay, that's where we went wrong. Okay, so we put it at a 7. Dang it! Now we gotta like slide this into the middle of the list.
Now that we're talking about more, I feel like maybe it should be more like a low 8. The first 8.
The first 8, which would be right after.
Right. before Link to the Past. Since I don't want to change this list, it's our 9.5.
No, we're not doing that. Four swords. Four swords at a 9.
Late. It's the 9.5, and our list will only go to the top 2. It's a list from 2 to 18.
I'll fix it.
Oh, but you're not fixing it. You made it worse.
Yeah, I did make it worse. Okay. We got this. This is a team effort. I almost wish I was broadcasting this paper we're both typing on.
For real though, just so everyone can see how bad we've been doing. It's been pretty rough.
Next time we'll prepare like a ranking list, like those ones you see in the actual YouTube video list, ranking lists of these things. Okay, I'm happy with this because this bumped Twilight Princess up to top 5. I'm pretty happy with this. Let's see here. Okay. So
I'm guessing you want to put Wind Waker right now.
Yeah, I'll put Wind Waker at 3. I cannot put Wind Waker above Ocarina of Time. I'm sorry.
Even though it's probably a better game?
I don't think so. I think Ocarina of Time is just too good of a game. It is timeless. I went back and played it again. I've played through this game 3 times now. And I played it again semi-recently, was just like, got it up. I was looking at something on it. And I was like, this game holds up. Graphics-wise, but with the 3DS HD remaster, like everything else about the game, the gameplay, the story, the dungeons, everything else about it is just superb. Zelda. But I have not even like touched Wind Waker. So it's really hard for me to like definitively say that. But Ocarina of Time, I would actually, it is tied for first for Breath of the Wild for me. So like giving you my favorite Zelda games, it's Breath of the Wild and Ocarina of Time, followed very closely by Twilight Princess. Those are like my top 3. And then Crossbow Training at 4, of course. No, just kidding. Probably then I'd actually probably put like Skyward Sword up there as well as one of my top favorites that I've played. But that's just me. Yeah.
I mean, but could you fight giant squid creatures in Ocarina of Time? Essentially just big bloopers.
Yes. Did you play Ocarina of Time?
I don't remember a giant squid.
There's like the jellyfish.
Jabu Jabu?
Yeah, the jellyfish creatures in Jabu Jabu.
Yeah, those are like jellyfish creatures, different than squid / octopi.
I mean, it's like not that different. Also, there's octopi featured in a lot of games. I do remember a giant octopus in Skyward Sword. How many eyeballs were there in Wind Waker? Eyeball monsters. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the squid actually had eyeballs on them you had to shoot.
Yeah, that's how like every Zelda game is like an eyeball boss. Yeah, I don't feel like I can back down here. I feel like Ocarina of Time is a better game than Wind Waker.
I don't know if as the person who hasn't played both of them.
Yes, you've played both of them, but you have nostalgia bias for Wind Waker for sure. I have nostalgia bias for Ocarina of Time.
I played them both at around the same time, actually.
Yes, okay.
Which means my nostalgia level should be the same for both.
Absolutely not. That's like playing Breath of the Wild and Skyward Sword right next to each other and saying, well, Breath of the Wild's a better game. It was the new one. Of course it's better than that. And
I mean, that's not true. You put Twilight Princess better than
Breath of the Wild.
Skyward Sword. Twilight Princess better than Skyward Sword, and Skyward Sword is the newer game. But by that logic, Skyward Sword should, of course, be the better game.
Right, because I'm not tainted by nostalgia. The Twilight Princess, an older game, is better than Skyward Sword. Just like Ocarina of Time, an older game, is better than Wind Waker. It's just facts.
But you haven't played Wind Waker. Could you
Chat,
take
chat,
Could you take?
help us
Yeah,
out here. We need
Could you take
we need
pictures
some
of things
extra.
in Ocarina of Time?
No.
The point
I
deductive.
really have to think about this because I feel like there was something like that.
And Wind Waker, they're these giant dudes with armor. You have to pull off this sweet rolling move to get behind them and cut the strap on their armor, so you could actually attack them.
That sounds pretty sweet.
Like playing
actually.
chess compared to Ocarina of Time, checkers, combat-wise.
Absolutely. Well, no, you can't do that. You can't say that. No. Yeah, nobody's coming to our aid in chat. So, looks like we're going to have to, well, I'll have to settle our differences some other way. I don't know. Like,
I think we'll have to arm wrestle.
Okay,
the
so
next
but
time
okay, but are we just going to skip here and say we both put Breath of the Wild as first?
Yeah,
Okay.
I almost like feel bad ranking against these other games just because it is so different, open world style, but it's real good. It is easily the game I've played the most.
Yeah. Breath of the Wild.
Oh yeah, and also you mentioned you had played through Ocarina of Time like 3 times. I'm pretty sure I've played Wind Waker at least 3 times. So
At least 3 times. Yeah.
you got to play it once, and the second time through, you like can actually read what secret things are being said that you couldn't the first time through.
Yeah, and don't you get the pajama outfit? You get to play through. You get to play through the whole game in your pajamas. Yeah. The hero's tunic is invisible. I do remember that being a thing. I think Wind Waker is very good. I do think it deserves to be up here, and I want to play it. That's why I've been waiting. I've been waiting for it to come, and I think I just need to get it and play through it for the first time.
You probably won't like it.
Probably won't like it. It probably isn't as good as both of these games are probably not as good as we remember.
Yeah,
but
I think I played the Ocarina of Time once. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty fun. I don't think I've maybe played it a second time, but I don't know if I have to completion.
Yeah. What are these like rated? Both of these by critics.
Ocarina of Time is 100 probably.
See, that's my like I know we don't care about critics, but like if you look at top video games of all time, Ocarina of Time is always on that list, and it gets number one.
Nostalgia.
A lot. It gets number one a lot.
Yeah, but
every game is
that's accounting for how old it is.
True.
Actually, it's got Ocarina of Time got 99 on Metacritic, and Wind Waker got 96.
Both very high scores. 99? That's crazy. I thought it was 100. Did it get recently brought down by someone?
Actually, I think Wind Waker's 90, or Breath of the Wild's like a 97 or something. Maybe I'm wrong.
Eric's higher than Breath of the Wild.
I mean,
I don't think
according to Metacritic, I don't know what.
Yeah.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild is a 97.
Breath of the Wild is a 97.
The user score on Metacritic is 8.7.
Okay, wait. Let me look at this. I'll pull
9 for Wind Waker and 9.1 for Ocarina of Time. But I feel like Ocarina of Time, it is a very good game. I feel like there's just a lot more bias. People ignore its shortcomings. I mean, granted, for its time, incredible, but it does hold up very well. But it's no Wind Waker is what I'm getting at here. Long story short, Ocarina of Time is no Wind Waker.
I'm looking for the Wind Waker one. I don't even see it. See Majora's Mask. I don't know, man. Ocarina of Time. I don't think I'm nostalgia hyping this up, because I didn't beat this when it came out. I played this. I beat this on the 3DS first.
But you still had that nostalgia for it.
I played it on the N64, and I never got to Jabu Jabu, man. I couldn't figure out how to get into the. I couldn't figure out how to
Get him to
give
open
him
his
the.
mouth.
Yes, it never says anywhere. It never says anywhere what you're supposed to do.
I'm pretty sure it mentions at some point he loves fish.
Yeah, but I didn't know you could collect fish in bottles. I went to the fishing hole and fished so much at the doing the fishing mini game, and I'm like, how do I get this out of here? I spent so much time. I explored every nook and cranny of that game up to that point. Just because it's like it was one of the first open world. It wasn't an open world game, but it was like one of the first open exploring games ever. Kind of set the bar very high for future installments. Every Zelda game gets compared to it, like when it comes out. Like, oh, well, is this as good as Ocarina of Time? And all of those N64. Okay, so when you say there's like a ton of nostalgia for this game, which sold better? That's a question I have. Did Ocarina of Time even sell that well? Because
It was on the GameCube. You can't compare that. The GameCube itself didn't sell
but then
well.
it re-released again, right? On the Wii U. It had two systems.
The two systems that have done worse.
The N64 didn't do that good, though.
Did it not?
No, I don't think so. Ocarina of Time sales numbers, guys. Let's look this up.
We're spending so long on these two.
I know. During its lifetime, it sold 7.6 million copies, and that's excluding ports and re-releases. Let's look at
Wind Waker sold 32 million.
Oh my gosh, I scared myself with the number with the song that time. Good grief. Okay, Ocarina of Time 3D sales numbers. It's the 15th best-selling Nintendo 3DS game. Wow, okay. But how much? 4 million.
Nostalgia.
4 million copies.
If Ocarina of Time had never come out, and it suddenly released, or if it released for the 3DS at that point with those graphics and whatnot, and how it looked and how it played, I don't think it would be ranked that high.
Really?
Partially because people give too much credence to graphics when they rank things.
Your fight here in that Wind Waker is better is that Ocarina of Time's betterness is just nostalgia blindness.
Yeah.
So let's talk about
Wind Waker was the reverse. Everyone's like, this game's terrible when it came out. Oh, gross, these graphics. Why would they make a game so childish? But then people played it and they're like, this game is dope. One of the best Zelda games. It's actually really good.
Yeah. So let's talk about gameplay. So you can enlighten me on the gameplay comparisons between Wind Waker and Ocarina of Time. Like,
well, first of all, you got a glider, Wind Waker. You can glide.
Okay, that's a bonus for sure. With the leaf.
Yes, I'd forgotten like what it was, but yeah, it's a leaf.
Okay.
Pretty sure just a giant Korok leaf or something.
Ocarina of Time Wind Waker had redeads too. Ocarina of Time's redeads were 1,000 times scarier, in my opinion. But that's because graphics.
Is that necessarily even a good thing?
Yes, man. Ocarina of Time had some real scary moments as a kid. You're like going to the well with the he had like the hands coming out, the creepy face monster. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Ocarina of Time scary villain. Let's
I feel like I might know what you're talking about. Does he have really long arms and he's like really white?
Yes.
And a kind of long neck, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
He's not a long neck.
What's his name? I've just got like pictures of him up. I want to say it's like Dead Hand. Is that what it's called? Dead Hand? Yes. Dead Hand. Man, he was a creepy villain. And he tries to eat your face. But the Redeads and their hugs, they like get on you and then you die.
Oh yeah, and you got to spin in a circle or something.
Oh, I didn't know you could get out of those. I thought if you got by that, you're dead.
I'm pretty sure if you like spin in a circle, they fall off.
That would have been nice to know.
That's actually hilarious.
If
No wonder you found it so hard as a child.
If you get the Sun Song, you can stun them and then do damage to them.
Oh yeah.
I just remember you become adult Link and you come out of the Temple of Time, and the city, the whole like town city that was like really happy and nice is just filled with Redeads, and and you're like, ah! it's horrifying. You're just like, I gotta get out of here, and then you gotta escape and do all the dungeons. The time travel mechanic is really fun in Ocarina of Time. I think that's a really cool
that one is. I will give a point for that. Is pretty cool. But do you get to sail around on a ship with a cannon?
No, not in that game. No, your primary method of travel was Epona.
Slash your own 2 feet.
That's the first instance of Epona, and rolling. That's the real way to travel. And I was just thinking about this. Both of these games have a surprise guess who? It's Zelda twist. You have Sheik revealing themselves to be Zelda, which was a big plot twist if you didn't have it spoiled for you by every Smash Bros. Game. And then Wind Waker, it's what's her name?
Yeah, to be honest, I don't actually remember her name.
Tetra.
Yeah.
The pirate gets revealed to be Zelda. Yeah, that one was a little less to me, less impactful because she like didn't even know she was.
That's what makes it such a good twist. It was so surprising. Not even she knew.
Yeah, I don't know if that makes it better. It was just kind of like, yeah, by the way, you're Zelda. And like, oh, okay, I'm Zelda. But in Ocarina of Time, she had been like in hiding in plain sight that whole time. It was very weird twist. I don't know why they did those in either of those, but Sheik's a cool character. Sheik needs to come back in like a game. Sheik was in Hyrule Warriors.
I think we've come to an agreement here that Wind Waker is better.
What? No, we have not.
I think we have.
I think that we get to pull. This is our list card, and we get to put these at a tie at number 2.
I'll accept that. There's no number 3. They're both number 2. But Wind Waker is going to be written in first.
Okay.
I mean, Ocarina of Time is great. Wind Waker's just better, yo.
Yeah. Where do
you agreed?
Think...
Clip that. Said yeah.
No, I did not. No, I don't agree.
You definitely did. I said it's better, and you're like, yeah.
That was a Yaz, and I wasn't paying attention to what you were saying.
How do you clip things?
And moving along, you're gonna clip it.
I'm clipping this right now. I don't. You done messed up.
I was not paying attention to what you were saying. I was just kind of moving to the next thing because I was going to ask you, where do you think Breath of the Wild 2 is going to fall? So here's my hope.
I'm thinking it's going to be even better.
Yes.
But I'm a little distracted because I'm trying to clip this right now.
Someone clip me saying that Ocarina of Time is better than Wind Waker, because I've said that at least like 30 times this episode.
Oh, I found it. How do you clip things? I don't know how this works.
I think Yeah, I am hopeful that Breath of the Wild actually gets knocked down to like 4th place, and we go Ocarina of Time
Once
and Wind
you
Waker
once
are
you realize
better once
all
you.
the things that were wrong, once they make them better.
Yeah, that's my hope. That's my hope.
I mean, I could kind of see that.
But then looking at this list, Ocarina of Time is way up here, and Majora's Mask is way back at number 6. It's not that far back.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, so let's sum this up here. The Zelda series ranked by the Nintendo Pals. We have Breath of the Wild at number 1. We have Ocarina of Time and Wind Waker.
Hey, whoa. Wind Waker and Ocarina of Time.
At number 2.
At number 2.
We have 4th, Oracle of Ages and Seasons. I mean, you got Oracle of Ages.
Don't you dare! That's good. Hey, look at the ratings of that game.
Is it better than Twilight Princess? I highly doubt it. But that's okay. I'm giving it to you. Twilight Princess at number 5. Majora's Mask at number 6. Link Between Worlds at number 7. Link to the Past at number 8. Legend. Well, wait. I think we should flip Four Swords and Skyward Sword.
You think Four Swords is better than Skyward Sword?
I think Skyward Sword is better than Four Swords.
Do we have it the other way?
Yes.
Oh. Yeah, I guess we could probably swap that.
Okay, swapping those. At number 9 is Skyward Sword.
So I thought we had it the other way.
And at number 10 is Four Swords. Which I think that's a good top 10. Skyward Sword comes out here soon. Skyward Sword HD comes out here soon. So if you have not tried that one, it ranks up here pretty high for us. It's in our top 9, and I do think that this HD version is actually going to bring it up above some of these other ones. I do. I really do. 11. So moving out of the top 10. Number 11, Minish Cap. 12, Spirit Tracks. 13, Link's Awakening. 14, The Legend of Zelda, the one that started it all. And 15, Phantom Hourglass. 16, Link's Crossbow Training. 17, Triforce Heroes. And 18, Zelda 2. And when Zelda 2 is your worst game in your series, you know you have a good series. That's what I gotta say about that. The Legend of Zelda ranked Nintendo Pals. You heard it here. This is the definitive answer. Any other list you see of these rankings, get it out of here. It's not as good as ours. So, yeah. Even though we've only played half of these games. Micah, that about wraps it up. This has been episode 44 of the Nintendo Pals podcast, the one where we rank the Zeldas. If you would like to follow us on social medias, you can do so by jumping over to Twitter and tweeting or looking up the tweeterer at Nintendo Pals. You can also find us on TikTok and Instagram at Nintendo Pals Podcast. We have a Discord. Links to that are in the description of all of our social media profiles and of this podcast. And we have a Twitch. Please hop on over to Twitch and give us a follow, yo. We need those follows because those follows help us feel better about ourselves. Just kidding. We just want to get to that 100, that sweet 100, which we recently passed 100 followers in Twitter. Shout out to all those who jumped on after I posted a beg for people to come give us a follow to help us pass that. We were just so close to that mark. Next stop 1,000, right? Or next stop 200. Well, we'll set our goals a little lower. Next
maybe one between.
500. But for real, we really would love the support over on Twitch. If you have an Amazon Prime, you can actually sub for free to a Twitch channel of your choosing, and it's awesome. Free sub. If you got that Prime account but you don't have a Twitch, send it our way. We'd love to take it. Thank you guys so much for your support, everybody that's out there. And you know what? as always, I want to like bookend this with, you do not have to, as a listener of this show, as someone who has discovered us through a podcast platform or through us guesting on another podcast or having a guest from another podcast on here, you do not have to join any of these social media platforms. You don't have to follow us on any of these. Like, no pressure. We welcome any and all kinds of support in all these things. Like, seriously, I know people love to just hammer in, follow us, subscribe to us, share, ring the bell, sub, and the bits, all that stuff. You know, all those things. People hammer it in, and we like to hammer it in too, because you know we love those things. But you don't have to do it, and we still appreciate you for being here listening to this podcast, especially for listening to this point, which is at the end of the show. So yeah, I don't know how many people actually hear this part. Let us know on a social media platform. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll close out here with a closing remark by Micah.
Don't worry, I got this. Ocarina of Time is great, but Wind Waker is better. This is where you say yeah, like you did earlier.
Nope. We're tying. They're tied in the rankings. All right. See you guys next week.